This is the USL on CBS Sports Network. Tonight from Spokane, Washington, a battle in USL League One. It's Spokane Velocity and Union Omaha. At new One Spokane Stadium, things are heating up in USL League One. Union Omaha with 3 points tonight. They can jump the Charlotte Independence, while Spokane Velocity trying to get closer to a home playoff game. We welcome you in with the former pro striker Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Josh Eastern. It's never easy in an expansion season, and for Spokane Velocity, they have battled some consistency. But if you're looking for a team to emulate, it's Union Omaha, and the Velocity can take solace in that they've beaten them at home this year.
This Union Omaha side coming into this game, Josh, fantastic run of form. 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw in their last 5, but yet away from the state of Nebraska, they've won 6 times. But yet, like you said, Lee Wiedemann, you look at this matchup and you took all 3 points last time out. How do you grow from that and how do you emulate that performance? That's going to be a big talking point for the home side.
Back on May 11th was when they met in the Jägermeister Cup. It was a back and forth game, but Spokane came out on top.
Just had so much success with their high pressure, forcing turnovers higher up the field. They were ruthless in front of net. They were clinical, and they made the most of their chances. I will not be surprised if we see this Spokane Velocity side emulate the same tactical awareness in the first 10 to 15 minutes.
Midfielder and captain Luis Heel for Spokane Velocity. 9 goals in all competitions leads this team.
You look at the stats, but he gives you so much more than that. A leader, experience, and success at every stop of his career. He can beat you through combination play. He can also beat you through 1v1 individual brilliance. I do think for Lee Wiedemann and the Spokane Velocity side, he needs to be the best player on the field if they have any hopes of keeping all 3 points here at home.
In all competitions, Union Omaha has lost just 3 times on the road in 2024. One of those times, though, here in Spokane.
A little bit of revenge, but this Union Omaha side know exactly who they want to be on both sides of the ball. They're compact in the back, but when they get in front of net, they're composed, and they like to pick out the corners. I do think Dominic Casciato has pressed every right button, and these players are buying into everything that he's trying to implement here.
Union Omaha midfielder Pedro Dalabella, the 3rd most goals in the USL League One regular season, coming into play tonight.
Such a clever player for this Omaha side. The spaces that he picks up in between the lines, I think, are going to be crucial to the success for the visiting side. We see him playing a deep lying position, but he has the ability to arrive, and when he gets in front of net, more times often than not, he finds the back of the net. How quickly can he get up to tempo? That's going to be a big talking point.
We are building you up to first kick tonight from beautiful new One Spokane Stadium in Spokane, Washington. The first regular season matchup between Union Omaha and Spokane Velocity is next. Back at One Spokane Stadium in Spokane, Washington, getting you set for first kick tonight, Spokane Velocity FC and Union Omaha. Tonight's starting lineups, we start with Spokane Velocity and head coach Lee Wiedemann, who makes 6 changes to this 4-3-3 after the 3-2 loss against Richmond in the Cup.
My eyes go into that middle three, Waldeck, Denton, and Lewis. How good can they be at their spacing and their balance? Because Denton might pop off a little bit deeper and plays that single pivot. So now you have Andre Lewis and Waldeck playing underneath Darling, Akale, and Lewis Hill. Lewis Hill might come centrally, so you might see this into a 4-2-3-1. But how quickly can they play this game on their terms? That's going to be massive for the home side, for Union Omaha. And Dominic Casciato, a 4-2-3-1. Knapp and Norty, how good can they be at slowing the game down? So now you afford Gallardo, Dolabella, and Zico Lewis the ability to be those game changers, and Steven Dos Santos. He's going to stay high, and he's going to occupy the 2 center backs, so the players underneath them have the real estate to dictate this tempo.
The one change is Pedro Dolabella entering for Marco Milanese. That is our referee tonight, Rafael Bonilla. It is a warm night in Spokane, Washington. Temperatures in the high 80s, but we are set to go for USL League One action on CBS Sports Network. There's the whistle, and away we go. It's Spokane Velocity in all blue, in all white. It is Union Omaha, the first ever regular season meeting between Velocity and the Owls. Last time out for both Spokane and Omaha, the last match of the group stage in the Jägermeister Cup. Some pressure here, high up the field by Luis Hill. For Spokane Velocity, it was a tough go of it in the Jägermeister Cup, finishing with just 1 win out of their 8 matches. They finished in last place. So they now turn to the regular season, and they're looking for some form, and they might have a good start coming here. The shot, it's kick save! Rashid Nuhu keeps it out. And already the former Golden Glove winner coming up with a big save. And now an easy catch. If you're Spokane, that's exactly what you want.
You mentioned that in the open, had so much success when they were throwing numbers forward. They were causing a little bit of chaos and turning their defense into offense. Josh Jolling, he can be a special player. His first touch is everything here as he goes across these 2 individual defenders, but that's some save from Nuhu. The right kick out to make himself big. Fantastic start for the home side.
Lee Wiedemann, head coach for Spokane, said the Jägermeister Cup, just an odd one for our guys. We used it, though, as an opportunity to gel, a chance to look at the roster. He says if those results are going to come, I'm okay with them coming in the Cup. When they look at the regular season, 5 wins, 4 losses, 4 draws. They're right in the thick of things in League One now, with 8 teams making the playoffs in 2024 for the first time. Union Omaha on the ball for the first time tonight, coming off a 3-3 draw in the in the Jägermeister Cup against Forward Madison. They were the 4th team to make it into the semifinals. We'll get to that in a moment. Spokane coming forward again, trying to cut this infield. It's just behind Jack Denton and cleared away. But Spokane keeping the pressure on early. Andre Lewis for Ish Jome. Spokane with the highest average possession in USL League One, just a shade over 54% on average per game. Ahmed Longmire. Infields. Spokane coming forward with Denton. And now Andre Lewis. Pass off the mark and turned over. Omaha looking to go quickly down the left side. Back and looking infield. Played ahead, nothing doing for the Owls, and cleared away. They'll stay on the front foot though in these opening 3 minutes. Nodded forward, now looking for Zico Lewis. Working in tight spaces, Lewis able to keep it. Now it's Joe Gallardo, the back heel to keep it in play. Ostrom. Now Lewis again. And Gallardo lifting the cross in, and there is Brooks Thompson, his first touch of the game.
The freedom that Dominic Casciato lets Gallardo, Dolabella, and Lewis just go and search the game. So a lot of times we see them change out of position, whether it's coming centrally, whether it's provide the width, but the only constant is going to be Dos Santos. So he's going to be the focal point So if you are Spokane Velocity, passing players off, communication, especially through that back line, is going to be very important for the success to keep a clean sheet here at home.
Union Omaha has done a lot of goal scoring this year. They're tied for the most regular season goals scored in USL League One. That's 27 goals, along with the Charlotte Independents. They're up over 2 goals per game. And in the Jägermeister Cup, it was 3 groups. The group winners moved on to the semifinals, along with the best second place team in terms of goal scoring. And it was Union Omaha that was able to advance. That is Lee Wiedemann, first season as Spokane head coach, leading Spokane into their inaugural season. He has experience in the past as an assistant with Charleston, time with Fresno in the past, in 2021 as a head coach for the OKC Energy. Luis Heel, and now Waldeck out wide. The cross coming in. It's right into the blinding sun for some of those players looking at the cross. It runs out of play, and it's a throw-in for Spokane. Dominic Casciato in his second season with Union Omaha, the 2023 USL League One Coach of the Year. First place last year in the league. They're right up there at the top again here in 2024. The team that has finished second, first, fifth, and first in their first 4 years as a club. We talked to the Open about Spokane wanting to emulate a team that has jumped into this league. Well, you look at Union Omaha, they're the perfect example.
Just have had so much success on their career here in USL League One, golden standard, if you will, but they're just so comfortable on the ball. They can give you so many different looks, and that's a testament of what Dominic Casciato has been able to implement. Every single player knows their role, whether they're playing a 3-back system, whether they're playing a 4-back system, but yet through 6 minutes, it's been a really good start for the home side. They've been one-way traffic.
Looking for width, and Derek Waldeck, it never got there, cut off by Ostrom. Ostrom back playing in his home state, far from home, here in Spokane in eastern Washington. He's from just outside Seattle. Union Omaha coming in unbeaten in their last 4 in all competitions, 2 wins and 2 draws. When you look at just the regular season, though, 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw in their last 5. It has been back and forth in the regular season in the Jägermeister Cup, but now with the group stage over, Spokane can focus on the regular season. Union Omaha, they have a semifinal next week that they can worry about. They'll be taking on Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Here's Ostrom again. Infield, it's Brandon Knapp. Looking for space, he'll go through the lines, laid off for Dolabella. Spokane come away with it, a whistle and a foul. A free kick back to Velocity. Now it's time for the first edition of Rick Keys to the game.
As you take a look for Spokane Velocity, it's just to win your individual duels, because Union Omaha, especially when they're off the ball, they like to be 1v1. So how do you win those duels, and then you earn the right to play? And for Union Omaha, as the Spokane Velocity side get a little bit expansive, stretched out, playing in between the lines. That's going to be really important for the success, especially between Gallardo, Dolabella, and Lewis underneath Steven Dos Santos.
Spokane have a big task ahead of them against this Omaha side. The other matchup that was in Omaha in the Jägermeister Cup was a 4-1 win for Union Omaha. Teams to the sword this year in the regular season. 8 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws for the Owls. If you're a fan of the USL Championship, you'll notice a couple of these players on the roster, more specifically Steven Dos Santos, the big man up top. 70 career USL Championship goals for Dos Santos. He's also the highest scoring Union Omaha player of all time with 24 goals.
Talk about this really strong start for Lee Wiedemann and the Spokane Velocity side on the ball, but off the ball, look how compact they are as well, making life very difficult for Union Omaha to get in any sort of rhythm. So how do you sustain this over the course of 90 minutes is going to be key.
Kale's cut down from behind. Free kick coming for Spokane, and Lewis wants to go quick. Ish Jome, another former championship player. Last year was with San Antonio. Jome, one of the signings that came in midway through the season. He was signed on June 21st. This is a Spokane side that, as Coach Lee Wiedemann said, they've built throughout the season. They were intentionally a bit slow with their roster build. This is turned over in a dangerous area. Dolabella goes down. The ball trickles out of play. It's out for a goal kick.
In the end, it's really good defending for Miller. Dolabella's looking for any sort of contact. He's going to go down quite easily with the composure through the back line. You don't lunge in, and you win your side a goal kick.
Spokane and Omaha familiar with each other. One home game, one away game. This is the first regular season meeting between the two sides. And they will still play another game in Omaha at the start of October. Miller and Dos Santos going shoulder to shoulder. Dos Santos stays down. It's a throw-in going to Spokane. The concern to the big man up top, number 10, Steven Dos Santos.
Just mentioned the good defending for Miller, but this is a foul. Just comes through the backside of Dos Santos, drops his shoulder. You feel for the big man for the Omaha side. I think the center back Miller gets away with one here.
Santos still shaken up. Looks like he's holding that shoulder. Casciato looking on, knowing how important of a player Steven Dos Santos is. 4 goals, 2 assists in the regular season. But in the Jägermeister Cup, he has been Omaha's top goal scorer with 5 goals as Dos Santos is back on his feet. Throw-in for Spokane to restart play. Spokane will do the sportsman thing and give it right back to Omaha. Nuhu will start from the back for the Owls. Zico Lewis. Ostrom moves it forward and turns it over. It's a good start for Spokane, an early save from Rashid Nuhu. Now Luis Hill playing against his former club. Darling moves it centrally. Bouncing around this back line, and Ostrom moves it upfield. Labella flicks it ahead for Dos Santos. Dos Santos pulled back. We've already seen a couple of early, not quite fouls, but jostling with Steven Dos Santos.
How physical Lee Wiedemann is telling his defenders to deal with the big man Steven Dos Santos. So now the secondary movement becomes that much more important for Union Omaha, as he requires so much attention. Now you want someone just to have that bounce pass and someone actually stretching the back line as well. That push and pull going forward is going to be quite important for the success of Union Omaha.
Here's Gallardo. Maestro on the ball for Union Omaha, a set-piece specialist. Gallardo 4 goals, 4 assists this year in the regular season for Omaha. Ostrom trying to break lines and broken up before it got to Dolabella, but good pressure by Norte to win it back. Now Zico Lewis setting it towards goal and onto the roof of the net. Brooks Thompson looking into the setting sun. That will be something for everybody to take note of early on.
Really like this tactical change from Dominic Casciato, especially when they're on the ball. Norte pops off to this left-hand side, so now he gives you the ability to build out on this near side, but also to win the ball in transitional moments. It's a really tough one for Thompson, especially like you said, Josh, with that sun right there.
Darling coming over to the near touchline to keep possession. Now Derek Waldeck blocked down. Zico Lewis looking infield. Norte again. And Omaha can settle things down in the middle with Brandon Knapp, the rookie out of St. John's. Dion Akoff scored one of the biggest goals in Union Omaha history. You go back a few years ago in the US Open Cup when they took down the Chicago Fire. Akoff had the game-winning penalty back back in 2022. Omaha took on another MLS side this year, nearly got it to penalties against Sporting Kansas City, and look at Sporting Kansas City now, they're in the final. Akoff lays it back for Knapp. Norte through the lines. Dos Santos moves it out wide. The cross coming in, looking back post. It was off the crossbar and it stays out. Good effort from Brooks Thompson in goal, but Dolabella nearly had the opener.
We've talked about the freedom of that front three for Dominic Casciato just to go and search the game. So now he has Gallardo, pulls out to the right-hand side. Now it's a weak side that's been asking the questions for Dolabella. Towering header, but I do not think it crosses the goal line. The whole ball needs to walk over that end line. Thompson doesn't know much about it, but that right knee of his saves the day to keep this thing 0-0. But what a fantastic ball, and even better header. I'll give us the best look at it there from that angle. Oh, good, fantastic no call from Rafael Bonilla.
Ahmed Longmire in there as well. That got a crucial touch on at the end. That's Blake Malone sweeping in. Touches it out of play. Good action on both sides. Both goalkeepers forced into early interventions. It's Rashid Nuhu in the opening few minutes that had to make a big save to keep this game scoreless.
We talked about it in the open, Josh, says Pedro Dolabella has a really good sense of making those runs that really hurt opponents in their back line, whether it's the weak side. So now, how good can you be in the back of your hips? You can see the ball and you can see the runner for Spokane.
Ishjom back for Denton, and now Andre Lewis. The pressure in the middle, forcing Spokane to play quickly. Longmire. Back heel for Andre Lewis. This is good stuff from Spokane. Luis Heel rolling it in, and right at Rashid Nuhu.
And those are areas that if you're Lee Wiedemann, that's where you want Luis Heel to operate in. Right in between the lines, getting on the end of attacking action. But if you're Josh Dowling, you need to make that near post run for two reasons. If you get on the end of it, it's an easy tap in. And the secondary reason, if you don't, you pull out a center back for a secondary run. Just need to be a little bit more decisive, on his toes a little bit more for Josh Dowling.
Dominic Casciato said about the last game against Madison for Union Omaha, they were good with the ball. He thought his team pressed the Mingos well in that game. Was happy with the chance creation. They're picking up right where they left off. Dolabella moves it out wide. As Akoff on the overlap. The cross quickly coming in. Lewis there to get the danger away. It stays in, and then it deflects out of play. Maybe a shout for penalty, but instead just a goal kick.
I'm surprised we do not see a little bit more of an argument for Joe Gallardo here. So I do think he gets the ball first and then comes across. There is a little bit of contact. That right leg takes out the left leg of Joe Gallardo. I'll tell you what, that's very close. I do think yet again, Spokane Velocity get away with one.
The referee calls that. I'm not sure I'm putting up a huge argument.
That's exactly what I mentioned. If I'm Joe Gallardo, I'm getting in the ear of Rafael Bonilla.
Omaha player slipped in the middle. Spokane able to keep it. Lewis and Waldeck. On the overlap, it's Ishjom. Jom looking to send the cross away. Over hits it, it'll run out of play. It's a throw-in on the near side. The USL Jägermeister Cup knockouts kick off on Wednesday, September 11th. 2-seed Ford Madison hosts 3-seed Charlotte Independence at 7 Eastern, followed by top seed Northern Colorado Hailstorm facing 4-seed Union Omaha at 9 p.m. Eastern, all on ESPN+. This is kicking off a stretch of 4 games in 10 days for Union Omaha. Tonight's game against Spokane, they play Greenville on the weekend. That's always a big game against the Triumph. And then 2 straight games against Northern Colorado in Windsor. play that semifinal game on Wednesday and their regular season matchup on the weekend. It's a busy stretch upcoming for Dominic Casciato and the Owls. Omaha starting things again and looking to play quick over the top for Akoff. Akoff touches it infield. The return ball now. Dos Santos posting up Lage. Dos Santos goes down, play turned over, and Spokane can look upfield. Kale trying to turn the corner. He's taken off the ball. Norty steps in for Union Omaha.
Fantastic work from Norty, because now it gives you a bit of flexibility for Dominic Casciato in possession. He drops into that back three, and that leaves Ostrom and Akoff the ability to push high and wide. Expansive in nature, and then you afford Gallardo and Lewis to come underneath and create a little bit of an overload.
Big tumble for Luis Gil as he goes over the back of Zico Lewis.
Bit of an awkward coming together. This is not what you want if you are Lee Wiedemann, the way that he falls quite awkwardly on that left shoulder area. No ill will. Hopefully he's okay. We talked about how important to the success of the home side Luis Gil has been.
Gil, an important player for Lee Wiedemann and Spokane, the captain. He spent 2 years, the last 2 seasons with Union Omaha. 2 goals, 9 assists in all competitions last year for Gil. This season, though, he has really turned in a good goal-scoring year. It's the most goals that he has scored in a season in his career, and his career started all the way back in 2013. Pardon me, in 2010 with Real Salt Lake. He has 2 United States men's national team caps to his name back in 2014 and 15. With the tactics board out, Dominic Casciato, conversation with Zico Lewis. It's been Omaha on the ball early today, even though it is Spokane that has the highest average possession in USL League One. Omaha in 5th. Ostrom, the throw-in. Lage flicks it centrally. Norty out wide. Ostrom again. Cuts it in field. Lewis. Norty going for goal. Denton with the block. Blake Malone now for Brandon Knapp, and they'll cycle it around to the right. Akoff. Akoff looking to get end line on Jome. Akoff's cross out of play, and nothing doing for Union Omaha as Luis Gil has come back onto the field for Spokane Velocity. We talked to Lee Wiedemann about what he means, and it's got to be fun for Gil to go up against his former club tonight.
A little bit of revenge and motivation, and that's exactly what you want if you're Lee Wiedemann. A player of his quality can be that game changer. You want him to be a little bit more influential on the ball. That's a bad giveaway.
Omaha right back in possession in the attacking third. A team that has been so dangerous this year. Tied for the most regular season goals scored. And also the 4th least conceded in USL League One. 2 good things going for this Omaha side.
Just notice left side of your screen how central Zico Lewis has pitched in. So that really occupies Longmire. That's going to afford Ostrom to come around the corner. And if he doesn't step in, now you have Dolabella centrally underneath Steven Dos Santos. So now if you are Lee Wiedemann, you're telling Waldeck, Denton, and Andre Lewis to stay a little bit more at home. As Union Omaha has the ball away from your goal, that's okay. They can go around you, they can never go through you.
So Ostrom taking down Waldeck. Free kick to Spokane.
Talk about versatility for Waldeck as well. We've seen him play in the back line. We've seen him play a line higher. Ostrom just comes in a little bit late.
Longmire. Too much on this. It will run out of play. Select, the official match ball supplier of USL League One and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Here's Zico Lewis to start things again. A whistle and a stoppage in play. And this is for a head injury against Ahmed Longmire.
I think it's a follow through from Dolabella that catches Longmire. Good refereeing from Rafael Bonilla. Top priority is the health for these players. Stop play immediately when it comes to a head injury.
Longmire will come off momentarily, and he will enter as play gets back underway. And a free kick for Omaha to get us restarted. Everything is sorted out. The referee's asking for the Omaha player to come off the field as well. That was Pedro Dolabella. He'll have to get checked out by the training staff as well. Looks like it was a clash of heads. Both players having to come onto the touchline momentarily. Dolabella looks like he will come back on momentarily, along with Ahmed Longmire. And a drop ball for Norte in Omaha as they restart. Both Dolabella and Longmire back on the fields. Ostrom. Putting it infields. Norte for Omaha. Team linking up with Omaha after 2 years with Northern Colorado. See his former team a couple of times next week. We've seen a few players slip on this turf in the early going as this ball's turned over. Here's Dalling, very deep to hold possession for Spokane. Spokane side with just 1 win in their last 7. Only 2 wins in their last 13. Both of those in all competitions. They are unbeaten in their last 3 in the regular season. A win and 2 draws. Just trying to find results late on in this season. Gallardo's cut down. It's a free kick to Union Omaha.
Top side of your screen, look how quickly Joe Gallardo realizes the pocket of space. As this ball comes into Knapp, he does a really good job of opening up his hips, and it's that space in between lines that's going to cause issues for Spokane Velocity all evening. Exactly what Dominic Casciato mentioned on our phone call. Result of it, they win a very dangerous set piece here.
Dominic Casciato saying we need a variety of movements to create goal-scoring chances, and this is a goal-scoring chance. Joe Gallardo, he can really hit a ball from a set piece. Maybe this is a little too far. We'll see what the decision is from Omaha's number 7. The wall right at the top of the area. As Gallardo is ready, he'll loft this into the mixer, and Dos Santos' header is out of play.
Definitely have the size advantage in that individual battle between Dos Santos and Derek Waldeck. It's a really difficult ball to deal with if you're Steven Dos Santos. From that distance, to beat enough power to beat Thompson.
Here's Knapp, trying to race away from Waldeck. He thought he was fouled. The referee looks the other way and play on. And now Spokane looking upfield. Andre Lewis. Masango Akale. Early chance in this game went to Spokane, but that is their only shot of the game thus far. One shot on target. 3 shots for Omaha. 1 header has hit the woodwork, but nothing on target. Heel for Waldeck. He goes down. The referee says play on. Again, it's Denton and Longmire. Looking for that penetrating ball. It's Derek Waldeck. The ball did end up out of play. Waldeck just running out of real estate on the near side.
Waldeck and Luis Hill have a very good understanding of their movements, one off one another. As Waldeck comes century, now that affords Luis Hill to make those runs toward the corner flag and just cause a little bit of confusion and unbalance this Omaha back line. And notice every single time this ball goes into Josh Dowling, he comes underlap. Play a little bit of support system, and that frees up Luis Hill more times often than not.
Spokane looking to reset at the back with Lodge and now Longmire. This is Spokane team pretty much right in the middle of the USL League One standings currently, and then you look at their goals scored, 7th most, the 7th least conceded. Foul in the middle against Norte. They're a team that is just kind of hanging around the playoff line right now. They haven't gotten too high, they haven't gotten too low, but in expansion season, there's nothing wrong with just being right there in the middle and still giving some teams some trouble. They're right in this playoff picture.
And that's one of the topics that we spoke with Lee Viedman on our phone call, saying, look, you have a lot of games at home. The remaining 5 out of the remaining 9 will play at home. So how do you pick up maximum points? It starts here, big 90 minutes ahead of this Spokane side. Through 31 minutes, they've fared quite well against a powerhouse in League One.
Spokane 3-2-1 on their home fields. Now a free kick going to Omaha. That is just in the regular season. These are the live standings, the top 4. Omaha trying to get a little bit closer to Charlotte. It's a good race at the top, as it's pretty much all regular season from here on out, aside from the Jägermeister Cup semifinals next week. Right now, Spokane right around that playoff line. They are in 7th spot in the standings. Dolabella finds space with Dion Akoff. Norte looking for Brandon Knapp, and Omaha on the move again. Akoff trying to cut it in field. Akoff keeps it moving off the mark, looking for Joe Gallardo. Miller has to play it. All he can do is dump it out of play. Through the lines, Dolabella. Long switch of play, and too long for Dion Akoff as he runs out of room. Denton on the chase. He had to run to keep that ball live for Spokane. And now they find an outlet with Luis Hill. And Derek Waldeck. Picked off in the middle. Norte reading the passing lanes. And now he leads the break for Omaha. Norte just holding on to it too long. Gallardo, though, will keep the possession alive for Omaha. Gallardo, blocked cross. Ball will check up and stay in play. And nothing doing for Omaha, though. Akoff wins it back immediately. Throw into Union Omaha. Alone, and now Ostrom. looking to restart again. Mastrantonio. Norte. Omaha showing their patience early on.
Again, you see how deep Spokane is sitting, all 11 players behind the ball. So if you are Dominic Casciato, the message to the boys, the ball needs to move quick, and there needs to be a lot of movement at pulling players out of position. I think he has to be very pleased with how good they've been on the back line. Taking back to this opportunity, Waldeck left footer, so he's always going to come centrally, but as Norte does really well to push the issue, this ball needs to be played in right now to Steven Dos Santos. Played into his right foot so he can take that first touch into more advantage. And as he plays it behind him, that transitional moment goes to the wayside for Dominic Casciato. And at this level, Josh, those minor details make a massive difference.
It's an Omaha team that has been in fine goal-scoring form. Spokane right now stifling that Omaha attack. Gallardo, good skill to keep it alive. Zico Lewis. Gallardo trying to keep it moving. Now Dos Santos. Chance to look in field on the cross. Nobody at the back post except for Derek Waldeck for Spokane. Flicked in fields. Luis Hill. It was right to an Omaha player, and Ostrom keeps it in play. Trying to beat Waldeck around the corner and does. Cross coming in. Back post and out of play. Gallardo closest to it. Jolm was there defensively for Spokane.
Starts with a fantastic bit of defending from Malone. Just reads his play quicker of Josh Dowling. And as Waldeck comes in really quick, that's a fantastic touch to create a little bit of separation. Even better ball. Bends it into the path of Gallardo. Gets the right body position on the inside track of Jolm. Unable to get the header on target. Just see how quickly Union Omaha can turn their defense into an attacking opportunity.
Again, it's turned over. Right now, Spokane is having trouble getting into the attacking phase. Norte again in the middle. And Omaha, plenty of time on the ball in this opening half. Another cross fizzled in. Miller up to head it clear. Comes back for Dos Santos. Gets end line. Dos Santos. Now Gallardo. He is fun to watch on the ball. Joe Gallardo. Now Akoff. Delivers the cross. Headed away. Knapp couldn't keep it. And neither could Spokane. Knapp on it again. Another cross deflected out of play. And right now, Spokane pretty much playing in their defensive third at the moment.
Need more from Josh Dowling. The second time now, he just got pushed off the ball far too easily, especially as you're under so much pressure. You need to be that focal point. You need to have the ability to relieve some of that pressure, to stay high and draw fouls as a number 9. Malone and Mastrantonio have done really well just picking his pocket. The result of that now, it's been mostly one-way traffic over the last 5 minutes for the visiting side.
Referee stepping in to make sure there's no jostling before this corner kick. It's Joe Gallardo standing over the corner kick for Union Omaha. It's an outswinging ball from Gallardo. The heads go up. Dolabella closest to it. And nothing doing for Union Omaha. If you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Spokane, the highest average possession in USL League One. Ricky, how did they get on the ball a little bit in this game?
I think it starts centrally. You need more from Waldeck, Dan, and Lewis in possession. And there's nothing wrong with playing a little bit more direct into your front line of Akala and Dowling. Just unable to be composed to connect passes. The spacing is a little bit off. It comes on to also decision-making, Josh. So many times Jolm and Longmire picked up their head. There's just no options. Need more from Luis Hill. especially in the attacking phase. Those three players need to drop down and supply a little bit of more support, especially deep in their defensive third.
Dos Santos is pulled back. Cameron Miller will see a yellow card. And Miller might be lucky it wasn't a different color, but his teammates were right there along with him.
Mentioned it earlier, the up, back, and through mentality as someone comes to feed. Pedro Dolabella requires so much attention. Marcelo Lage goes with him, so that opens up a massive gap going back the other way. Give credit to Steven Dos Santos. He recognizes it, gets a right body position of Miller. Last-ditch defending effort, not what you want for Lee Wiedemann, one of your center backs on a yellow card throughout this first half.
Spokane doesn't see yellow a whole lot, but into the book here. And Brooks Thompson, a USL League One champion last year with North Carolina. He has to organize this back line now for the set piece. It's Gallardo and Dolabella standing around it. Not too much of a surprise. It's Gallardo who will take this for Omaha. This one a little bit closer than the last one, and maybe a sight at goal. It's a four-man wall, Denton standing right next to it as well. Gallardo's ready. Gallardo around the wall, punched away by Brooks Thompson. Good goalkeeping from the youngster to push that out of harm's way. Nothing doing on the counter for Spokane. They do win the ball back quickly. Here's Derek Waldeck. Just 4 touches in the opposition box for Spokane through 40 minutes.
But it's moments just like that, Josh, as Waldeck has acres of space. Josh Jolling needs to provide support. He needs to show defeat. As he's plays off the blind side on the opposite side of the field, now there's just no option for Spokane to play through. They give the ball back to Union Omaha. And yet again, they're in the attacking phase of their game.
Lofted forward, and Thompson comes to claim it.
It's a really difficult angle for Joe Gallardo, but he has the quality to bend it around the ball back into that near post. Like you said, no nonsense goalkeeping from Thompson. Really clever as he punches it away from traffic, not allowing a rebound.
Final 3.5 minutes plus stoppage time in this first half. And it has been dominated by Union Omaha. Spokane forced an early save out of Rashid Nuhu. That is their only shot of the first 45 minutes. Takeoff for Omaha. Rolling it down the line. Jome to cut it out for Spokane. Dominic Casciano was very complimentary of this Spokane Velocity side. Saying they have good combo play. They look to get in behind. They have stifled almost anything Spokane has had going forward. Akoff onto his left foot, lofts the cross in. Longmire there to get it away. Trying to keep the possession alive. Waldeck gets it out. Kale looking to track it down. Be too much of a surprise if Spokane dips into their bench in the second half. Lee Wiedemann said there were 22 healthy players for this game. Do have some options on the bench. Again, just looking for something higher up the field. It just has not come for Velocity so far.
I'm Lee Wiedemann not telling Luis Hill to play a little bit more central and going to a 4-2-3-1. So now you have a little bit more structure and responsibility, especially in the build-out phase. You have a double pivot, which most likely will be Denton and Lewis, and then you have Waldeck and Akali on either side of Josh Dolling. Just too expanded, not connected whatsoever throughout that front line for Spokane.
Akoff. Ostrom sends the cross in, looking for Dos Santos. Jome got the touch to it. He'll keep it in play. Now try to move it out wide. Makale hops over a challenge. Looks in field for Andre Lewis. He's pulling the strings in the middle. Now Jack Denton.
This is better from Spokane. Now, if you do have the ability to break that initial pressure, there is a lot of real estate that you can play in between the lines, and that's exactly what Lee Wiedemann mentioned, especially as they go man for man centrally. If you spin your individual marker, a lot of green grass to operate in.
Out of play, and just a misplaced pass for Spokane. Halftime coming at a good time, it seems, for Spokane Velocity.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has indicated a minimum of 3 minutes.
There's 3 minutes of stoppage time added on this first half from Spokane. Akoff getting the cross in, back post. Dolabella chasing after it. Pedro Dolabella looking to tightrope walk that end line. Longmire slides in, and a corner kick for Union Omaha, their second of the match.
Really good recovery from Longmire, especially as a defender. When you pick and choose your times when to leave your feet, especially in your defending box, you need to get it right. And he does just that.
Joe Gallardo again standing over the set piece for Omaha. They get their noses out in front before the half. Playing it back post, headed away. Cameron Miller up for it. Miller was part of the Seattle tryout that Spokane hosted alongside USL League Two side Ballard FC ahead of the season. They found Miller. He's from Snohomish, Washington. Played his college soccer at Western Washington. As Waldeck steps up, now Miller has been a regular starter in his first pro season here for Spokane Velocity. Norte trying to take it on. He puts that one well out of play. If you're Omaha, you've had time on the ball. How do you turn this into a goal?
Just need to be a little bit more composed. Yes, you've had a lot of the ball, Josh, in that final third, but most of it's been hopeful balls being whipped into the dangerous area, and it's mostly Steven Dos Santos versus the two center backs who've done quite well in Miller and Lodge dealing with him. Through combination play, pulling players out of position, I do think it's going to be the best side of success for Dominic Casciato, Gallardo, Dolabella, Lewis. When they've come centrally, they've caused the most issues, and then you afford Akoff and Ostrom to be expansive in nature. You think, yes, you've had a lot of the ball, but now what do you do in that final third? That's going to be the talking point for Dominic Casciato at halftime.
Co-highest scoring team, Union Omaha, in USL League One's regular season. They got into the Jägermeister Cup semifinals because they won the goal-scoring tiebreaker. Right now being held at bay by Spokane. This 45 minutes has come and gone, and nothing to split Spokane and Omaha at the break.
Like we mentioned, I will not be surprised if we see Lee Wiedemann dip into his bench sooner rather than later. You have Kermani Smith to give you the legs to stretch the back line. Colin Fernandez, a structure in the center of the forward, but you just see Andre Lewis a bit frustrated. You need to get on the ball a little bit more. And for Dominic Casciato in that final third, how clinical and how composed can you be? Because the opportunities are there, you just need to take them.
We have reached the break from One Spokane Stadium in Spokane, Washington. the inaugural season of Spokane Velocity and the first ever regular season meeting with Union Omaha. And at the break, it's Spokane Velocity 0, Union Omaha 0. Stay with us. Halftime from Spokane, Washington. No score between Spokane Velocity and Union Omaha. A look at the Spokane River running right through downtown. As we welcome you back in with the former pro striker Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern. In 2024, a new tournament, a cup added to USL League One, the Jägermeister Cup. What has it brought to this league in 2024?
Exciting soccer, goals, another trophy to play for. If you're a player, this is what you want, right? To grow the game. If you're a fan, you want to see goals, and this is exactly what the Jägermeister Cup brought, and it's all for it.
It was Union Omaha who finished fourth, but because they finished with the most goals scored, they get the 4 seed in the knockouts, and this is what it looks like. Madison hosting Charlotte, and it is Northern Colorado hosting Omaha. Some intriguing matches on the way next week.
When you're getting so deep into a tournament, fine margins, the little details become that much more important, but look at these matches of Josh. Madison, Charlotte, Omaha, NoCo, everything you want and all to play for. These are the games that you want to play in if you're a player.
Northern Colorado maybe not in the best form in the regular season. They turned it on in the Cup, and they are the top seed in the semifinals. We are at the break from Spokane. No score between Spokane Velocity and Union Omaha. halftime from Spokane, Washington. No score between Spokane Velocity and Union Omaha. A clash tonight in USL League One. Back with the former pro striker Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Josh Eastern. Ricky, a lot of possession in that first half from Union Omaha. They didn't turn it into anything. Who's the happier of the two managers?
It's a tough question, Josh, because like you said, Union Omaha was creating chances, but yet it's still 0-0. So if you're lead Wiedemann, you can take some confidence within that into the locker room. But I do think the first 10 to 15 minutes, if Union Omaha can get an opening goal, it's going to open this game extremely wide open.
The first half highlights, it started right off the bat for Spokane Velocity, forcing a big save out of Rashid Nuhu, the only shot on target.
And we talked about it in the open. Last time out, these two teams, they had a lot of success at Spokane, turning their defense into offense, pressing high, forcing turnovers. That first touch from Josh Dowling is exquisite, but this is even a better save. Watch how quickly Nuhu gets down to his right-hand side, and it's a big kick save to keep this thing 0-0.
13th minute, this is when Omaha starts to assert their dominance.
They started to get on the ball. They started to be expansive in nature. Norty, I thought, was fantastic in terms of his positioning because as he pulls a little bit deeper, now you open gap for Zico Lewis, Joe Gallardo, and Dolabella to go and search the game. Dos Santos was a handful. Everything that you would expect Union Omaha to be, they were throughout the first 45 minutes.
In the 14th minute, more chances for Union Omaha.
Probably the best opportunity of the match. Fantastic ball in from Gallardo. Even better header from Dolabella. Does it cross the end line? No, it does not. Big right knee of Thompson. Make no mistake about it. The whole ball needs to go over the end line, and it does not. Good call from Rafael Bonilla, our center referee.
Later on in the half, more chances for Omaha. They were knocking on the door but couldn't break through.
Fantastic recognition from Ostrom as he understands Waldeck is coming really hot. If I take that long touch across and create a little bit of separation, Joe Gallardo unable to put it back on target.
41st minute, and the chances just kept coming, and Cameron Miller into the book.
You talk about unbalancing. Dos Santos comes centrally. Now he understands there is real estate going back the other way. Joe Gallardo, fantastic set piece. Good save from Thompson. No nonsense between the sticks.
Thompson's been busy in the first half, but just the one shot from Spokane Velocity.
You need more in the attacking third, so like we mentioned, Josh, I will not be surprised if we see Lee Wiedemann deep into his bench and to bring a little bit of a spark higher up the field. Josh Dowling didn't really supply any support to play through. He was not strong enough on the ball, but he did have that one action. He's a player that it doesn't need a lot of the ball to make a count. In a matter of minutes, he can be that game changer.
We are at the break between Omaha and Spokane. In each of the cup matchups, there were 5 combined goal scores. We have no goals at the break. Second half is next. Getting set for the second half tonight from Spokane, Washington. It's Spokane Velocity and Union Omaha. Velocity, their national TV debut tonight in their inaugural season here at One Spokane Stadium. Teams from all around the world represented tonight here at One Spokane Stadium. The stadium built last September. That's when it opened. It was a replacement for historic Joe Albee Stadium, where a lot of high school football and soccer has been played in the past, and now it all comes right here to downtown Spokane in this beautiful new One Spokane Stadium. If you're just joining us, welcome to Spokane with Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Josh Eastern. It was one-way traffic for Union Omaha in the first half, and as we start the second half, looking for a goal. No score as we get underway. It's been Spokane that has been battling some form. Just one win in their last 7 in all competitions. For Union Omaha, 3 wins in their last 5 in the regular season. They are unbeaten in their last 4 in all competitions. This is the 3rd matchup in all competitions between Spokane and Omaha. 5 goals scored in each of the previous 2 matches. I don't know if we're necessarily going to get that tonight, but we're hoping for a few goals.
I think if you look at it, Dominic Casciato's side is probably the side that's going to open up the goal scoring here on the road, where they've been so successful. 6 wins, 1 loss. They know exactly who they want to be on both sides of the ball, true to their identity. First minute here, again, on the intended seat.
It's a good stretch of home games upcoming, and this is turned over. Luis Hill against Nuhu. Hill around the goalkeeper. Hill scores. What a start to the second half for Spokane Velocity. Hill scores against his former club.
Just a bit sloppy from Union Omaha. Alone, unable to get enough weight onto the path of Nuhu, but give credit to Luis Hill. Opportunistic in nature, and it makes it a lot easier than it looks like as a player. When you have too much time to think about it, you try to do things that are not natural. Open up his hips, he closes them at the last second, he sends Nuhu to the ground. Player of that quality will not miss an open net from about 7 yards out against the run of play. Yes, Spokane Velocity will not mind letting the Ronaldo and Lee Wiedemann and company take the lead here.
5th goal of the season, of the regular season, that is, for Luis Hill. This is his best goal-scoring season of his long, illustrious career. It has now lasted over a decade. The captain for this Spokane side has to feel a little bit sweeter against his former club where he spent the last 2 seasons.
Talked about the motivation factor for the captain for Spokane. Setting the tempo, sending a message now. So now what does the reaction look like for Union Omaha? Talked about them, how much success they had in the first 45 minutes. Now you have to go and search the game a little bit more, because Spokane, they're going to get all 11 players back and make this life very difficult for the remaining 45 minutes.
Spokane have had 2 shots in this game. Both have come in the opening 2 minutes of either half, but now they have a goal. It's a free kick for Union Omaha, looking for an immediate response, and Joe Gallardo is standing over it again. Santos and Jome, a bit of jostling. We've seen each other in the USL Championship over the last few years. Gallardo's ready. He chips it towards the back post. It's Waldeck to win the header. Gallardo keeps it alive, and Lewis wins it right back. Lewis was clipped. It's a yellow card shown and a free kick to Spokane.
But it starts with the flawless positioning from Derek Waldeck. As Union Omaha is trying to look for that secondary action, the knockdown from Pedro Dolabella. He wins the individual duel, and now it's a transitional moment. Watch this little clip right there. That's what catches Zico. Lewis knows exactly what he's doing. denial of a transitional moment sends him into the book. Good call from Rafael Bonilla yet again.
30-year-old from Bermuda, Zico Lewis, last 2 years with Sacramento, 3 years with Charleston as well in the USL Championship. Scored 12 international goals for Bermuda. Dalling, this is much better from Spokane. Waldeck tried to lay it back and Dalling had made the run away. Dos Santos keeps it, driving forward. Dos Santos for Zico Lewis, options in the middle, touched away. It's Dalabella, not enough power on it and cleared out of play. Already a bit more action to start this second half. Here's Akoff. And Gallardo. Gallardo tumbles over, free kick to Omaha.
Really well done here from Steven Dos Santos, as he requires so much attention, but it's also his decision-making. Understanding when to release this ball into Zico Lewis, and now it's your front four attacking the goal mouth, exactly what you want for Dominic Casciato. Just lacking a little bit of composure in the end from Pedro Dalabella. Carl a bit overzealous, takes out Joe Gallardo. Once yet again a set piece opportunity for the visiting side.
Gallardo again. The outswinging ball, back post, Lodge up for it, and the rebound is into the netting and out of play. Pretty much picking up right where we left off in the second half, from the first half. Omaha with plenty of time on the ball. It's just the one mistake that has done them in so far. Dos Santos, locked down. Looking for an outlet, nothing doing for Spokane Velocity. Akoff racing forward and running out of room. A throw-in back to Spokane.
I mentioned that, Josh. Now Luis Hill is playing a little bit more central underneath Josh Dalling. So now you have two players to play off of and relieve some of the pressure that you've been under for Spokane. It's a little bit of a tactical flexibility from Lee Wiedemann, but it's going to make a massive difference in terms of their run of play.
Jome the throw-in, and again turned over. Knapp. Lewis. Norte. Down the line for Gallardo. And Omaha probing this Spokane back line again. Spokane side that has been leaking goals the last 3 games in all competitions. Conceded 3 in 2 of the last 3 and 3 of the last 5. Go even a little bit farther back, they gave up 4 to Charlotte at the end of July here in Spokane. Lodge gets it away. Spokane's last clean sheet coming on August 7th, which also was their last win against Chattanooga. Long throw incoming. Looking for Dos Santos. Lodge up to meet it again. Akoff eagerly caught in possession. Now it's Brandon Knapp who sends it forward again. The bicycle kick is wide. What an effort from Joe Gallardo. Always a flair for the dramatic.
Sets up so well for Joe Gallardo. Good height, good air underneath the ball from Knapp. That technique is just so difficult, Josh. You have to leave your feet at the right time, get the right amount of contact. A player that does have that in his locker, Joe Gallardo, just pulls it a bit wide. But it's a good sign for Dominic Casciato. Side still full of confidence in and around that 18-yard box.
Did you ever try one of those?
Never, not athletic enough.
Oh, okay. Says the man who scored from midfield. Here's Norte. Out wide, Akoff tried to take it forward with him. Jom to cut it off. Floated back, and Mastrantonio will start again for Omaha. An Omaha side that has reached the final in their first 2 years of existence. Trying to play this through. Lewis breaks it up, Darling, and now Spokane looking to run. Akale through the middle, too strong, and it runs through for Rashid Nuhu. Spokane looking to play a bit more in transition, it looks like, in this second half. And Omaha a bit out of sorts at the moment.
We talked about Josh Jalling and the role that he will play, relieving some of the pressure. This is exactly what you want if you're Lead Wiedemann. As he requires attention, it's just the up, back, and through. So now you bring in Norty, now it's off to the races. But if you're Denton, you have to hold on to this ball a little bit longer to let the play develop. Akale, if he continues his run, one or two things will happen. He'll pull out a center defender with him, and if they don't go with him, it's a simple pass into his path. Little decisions like that, Josh, like we saw in the first half, make a massive difference in the success going forward.
Denton, the English midfielder, his first pro season. He was a two-time Missouri Valley Conference Midfielder of the Year at Missouri State. And he has been a regular in the midfield for Leigh Wiedemann and Spokane, partnering with Andre Lewis, an experienced USL veteran. There's Waldeck. He's got a nice tour of USL League One himself in his career. Waldeck with Greenville, North Texas when they were in League One. Former champions, although he wasn't on that team. And then last year, Waldeck played for 1 Knox. He made 30 appearances. Chested down for Denton. Ale looking for space, battling with Gallardo. Luis Hill coming from behind. Now it's Zico Lewis working in tight spaces. Gallardo stays down, and play is stopped. It's Gallardo who's shaken up.
Talk about how important Joe Gallardo has been for Union Omaha. Still comes through. It's a clean challenge in the end, but he does take a little bit of Joe Gallardo right there. It's that left ankle that gets caught on the surface. Hopefully he's okay. It's not going to feel nice.
Gallardo has been one of the most crucial players on the field tonight for Omaha. He early scored a bicycle kick moments ago. He stood over almost every set piece. Entering this crucial stretch of games for Omaha with 4, including tonight, in the next 10 days. It's not a player you want to lose.
4 goals, 4 assists in the regular season. Much like Luis Hill 4, Spokane can beat you through combination play, but also we've seen individual brilliance to make players miss. Not a good sign if you are Dominic Casciato. Seems like he is in some pain, Joe Gallardo.
Good attacking replacements on the bench should Gallardo not be able to continue. And it looks like Dominic Casciato is going to his bench. Gallardo cannot put any weight on that left foot as he is being helped off the field by the training staff. Misael Rodriguez, the loanee from the Chicago Fire. 21-year-olds will be entering. 3 goals for Rodriguez in the regular season. Also be Lagos Kunga who will enter.
Just watch the left ankle of Joe Gallardo. Gets caught right there. Rolls over. Knows exactly as he favors it. Hopefully he's okay, especially with this important stretch for Union Omaha.
Substitution for Union Omaha, winning the match, number 7, Joe Gallardo, number 11, Andre Lewis. Coming out,
The other player coming out is Zico Lewis.
99,
Misael Rodriguez, the 21-year-old, enters. So does Lagos Kunga, the 25-year-old from Angola. Kunga now in his second season with Omaha. Has stints previously with Atlanta, Charleston, Memphis, and Phoenix. As Kunga comes on. Now the first two subs of the game. We were calling for subs for Spokane, but they get that goal, and now things can change, and it's Omaha that has to push for an equalizer and more.
How quickly this game can change, Josh.
Akoff has to turn it back. Passing the hour mark in Omaha. Not the place that we see them too often, and that is playing from behind. They are 1-2-1, Omaha, when conceding the opening goal. There's Ishjom to step forward. He couldn't keep it. Omaha back on the ball. Omaha up to 11 shots, 56% possession. 15 touches in the opposition box to 6 for the Owls. Here's Akoff. Akoff gets the cross away, the heads go up, pushed away by Thompson. Now Knapp, Omaha's not done. Ostrom trying to lift it out wide. Ostrom and Rodriguez familiar with each other in their time with Chicago Fire 2, where Ostrom played last year and Rodriguez got many appearances. Delivered out wide again. Omaha looking infield. Lagos Kunga, his first touch, getting end line. It's onto the top of the crossbar. Bounces out of play. It's a corner kick for the Owls.
Going back to that last chance for Omaha, Akoff 1 assist on this season, the regular season, so he always provides quality and service. But you have to love this if you are Dominic Asciato. Now you have two options to play into. Rodriguez plays off the shoulder of Dos Santos. If that's anywhere else on the goal, it's 1-1. Fantastic positioning yet again from Brooks Thompson to keep this thing 1-0 Spokane.
Another stoppage coming. And the referee, Rafael Bonilla, stepping in again. Very cognizant of these moments. On the corner kick, it's Miller to meet it. Rodriguez delivers out wide. A tough spot was Charlie Ostrom. Rodriguez on the turn. Met by Andre Lewis, and now Waldeck gets it away. Only as far as Mastrantonio. I haven't called Josh Dalling's name a whole lot up top for Spokane tonight. Akoff.
Especially as Spokane has taken the lead here. Josh Dalling in particular, it's going to be a lot of the dirty work. Screening the ball, forcing Omaha to play on one side of the field.
Pass with the outside of the right foot. Nothing doing for Omaha. Bounces out of play harmlessly again. A busy month of September coming in the USL Championship and USL League One. On Friday, Phoenix takes on FC Tulsa on ESPN2. The next game up on CBS Sports Network. Next Wednesday, it's Birmingham Legion against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Remember, it all leads up to the USL Championship final on CBS on Saturday, November 23rd. USL on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. 64 minutes gone from one Spokane stadium in Spokane, Washington. USL League One action between Spokane Velocity and Union Omaha. Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern, glad to be with you tonight. Showing off the new One Spokane Stadium, home to Spokane Velocity in USL League One, and the Spokane Zephyr in the USL Super League, which just started at the end of August. Division I Women's Professional League. Take for Brooks Thompson, and he distributes for Spokane. They got their lead just out of halftime. 47th minute, Luis Heel picking off a back pass and rounding the goalkeeper to score. Twelve shots for Union Omaha, only one of them on target tonight. And now it's Omaha playing from behind. Here's Akale. And Jack Denton. Luis Heel looking for options. Waldeck has come forward. He moves it down the line for Denton. Another cross coming in. A catch for Rashid Nuhu. Bit of a quiet night for the Omaha goalkeeper.
It's been a better half in terms of the possession and positioning for Spokane. Time after time in that first 45 minutes, Akala and Heel were just too high and wide. There was a disconnect between the lines, but now as they're pinched a little bit deeper, you afford those little triangles to form. That's why you start to see them get on possession a little bit more, get on the ball a little bit more, and dictate tempo. So if you're Lee Wiedemann, that tactical change has done a world of good for the confidence from his side.
Subs coming for Spokane Velocity. Camarnie Smith and Colin Fernandez entering for Spokane Velocity. Lee Wiedemann with some final instructions for Camarnie Smith. Coming off the field is Josh Dalling. His biggest participation tonight was the shot that Rashid Nuhu saved in the first minute. It will also be Jack Denton exiting. So fresh legs in the middle and at the top of the formation for Spokane.
Like for like in terms of the positioning, but completely different profiles. Camarnie Smith, he has the legs to stretch this game, so expect him to make those runs down the channel and ask a lot of questions of the shape of Omaha, while Colin Fernandez will play a little bit deeper. He'll be that connective tissue to play through, keeps the game moving. Very good in terms of his technical ability.
Ball ended up out of play. Throw-in for Spokane. Camarnie Smith, no goal contributions in the regular season. Colin Fernandez does have one assist in regular season play. Fernandez, who last year played with FC Tulsa, and that is a bad giveaway for Spokane, gifting a corner kick to Omaha. Charlie Ostrom has been tasked now with standing over the set pieces. An outswinger, Dos Santos was leaning back and could not test Brooks Thompson in goal. Dominic Casciato looking at his notes, talking things over, trying to find a way for the co-top scoring team in the regular season to get on the board. And for Lee Wiedemann, looking for a clean sheet tonight. They have not had too many of those clean sheets here in 2024, just 3 in the regular season. last coming against Chattanooga in early August. Spokane have done it a bit conventional tonight, at least based on what we've seen from them. They like to possess the ball. They only have 44% possession. They only have 6 touches in the opposition box. They haven't had a lot of chances, and they still lead.
And you can take a lot from that if you're Lee Viedman, especially as we're ending the back half of this season. Ability to grind out results when you're probably not playing your best football is a massive ability to hit down for a team that is in their first season in USL League One. Watch out here.
Hernandez went down, there was no whistle. Now it's Dolabella lifting the cross in, back post, the header down is blocked. Appeals for handball, the referee waves it away. And it is a corner kick given.
Fantastic clip ball from Dolabella, but as Rodriguez peels off, there is shout to the right arm of Waldeck. Really difficult to tell from that angle. So we'll probably give us a closer look at it. Well, the question is for Rafael Bonilla, is his arm extended away from his body in an unnatural position? And I do not think that's the case. And again, a good no call. Watch out here.
Lewis, it was blocked down well by Knapp. Tries to chip it forward, it comes back centrally. Kunga collects. Dolabella, Norte able to keep it for Omaha. Chips it centrally. Dos Santos couldn't get on it. Just pinballing around. Spokane cannot get it out. And now they get a whistle to bail them out.
Too many times this Union Omaha side, when they get in the final third, it's just a little clip ball, a bit hopeful into Steven Dos Santos to fight off not one, but about 3 Spokane defenders. We've seen glimpses of how good they can be when they knock the ball quick in between lines. They create a little bit of triangles and combination play. Have gone away from that. That's why their success has suffered a bit.
Ryan Jiba will come on to replace Charlie Ostrom. Jiba, the 23-year-old, grew up in Pasco, Washington. Back in his home state. His second season with Union Omaha. He played with Omaha in 2022, then was a draft pick into Major League Soccer, picked by Minnesota United, where he played last year. Now back with the club. Here's Kamarni Smith for Spokane, cutting it back, and nobody making the run through the middle. Ish Jome for Spokane. Akale. As we referenced earlier with Spokane, maybe not playing their way, but we're getting to that point in the season where you just need to get results. However you need to get results, that's how you got to play. And credit Spokane, they have the goal. Now they're just trying to hold on to it.
This needs to be efficient, doesn't need to be pretty. And you can grow from that now. Development of this young team is a way to find to win as well. It's exactly that we've seen through 73 minutes of this match. Viedman has to be very pleased with what he's seen in terms of the fight and the execution in both boxes.
And chip it around the corner. That's well done, and now a big takedown. And Luis Gil not appreciative of that. It's a yellow card to Luca Mastrantonio.
Fantastic bit of skill from Luis Gil just to get away from Malone, and as Mastrantonio comes in so rash, lines him up. No need for it whatsoever from the second center back. See the frustration from Luis Gil. If you're Mastrantonio, you understand that Luis Gil has beat your teammate. You just need to cut down the angle. No need to lunge into it. And as you do, you give Spokane the ability yet again to slow this game down, get numbers higher up the field, and put this ball into the mixer and cause a little bit of chaos in front of Nuhu.
Evident frustration from Luis Gil. Really no play at all on the ball.
It seemed like he lined him up like a safety.
I know you're a big football guy.
Targeting?
Not quite. No contact to the head.
Close enough.
Waldeck. The in-swinging ball. Miller's in front! Spokane Velocity. They lead 2-0 at home.
Talked about fine margins for the Spokane side. Master Antonio, no need to cause a foul. Waldeck, the in-swinger, but it's placed to perfection. Right on top of that 6-yard box, so Nuhu cannot come off his line quick enough, and it's a nightmare for the backtracking Union Omaha back line. Who wants it more? Miller does just enough to get to the inside track, does not need to hit it hard. Just redirect it since it's close in proximity, put it on target. No chance for Nuhu in the blink of an eye. Spokane has doubled their lead here at home.
It is his second goal for Spokane in all competitions. It's his first in the regular season, and now Cameron Miller has scored in 2 straight games. He scored as part of that 3-2 loss in the Jägermeister Cup last week against Richmond. Cameron Miller, the Snohomish, Washington native, the 24-year-old. I love stories like his. He went to Western Washington, not a Division I school, and he went through a tryout in Seattle, made the team. He has been a regular starter. And now subs coming for Spokane. Azriel Gonzalez and Javier Martin Gil will enter at the next dead ball. Here's Waldeck, looking to play in behind. It was Malone to cut down the angle.
Substitution for Spokane in the 77th minute.
So Javier Gil will enter the game. Waldeck will exit. And so will Masango Akale. Azriel Gonzalez, another signing that came midway through the season last year with the Las Vegas Lights. Gonzalez was signed back in May. Gonzalez formerly with the Seattle Sounders Academy on the other side of the Cascade. So Gonzalez enters. Throw incoming, Luis Gil trying to move it out wide. Andre Lewis wins it back for Spokane Velocity. Chipped into the middle and turned over. Brandon Knapp gives it right back. Lewis, Camardi Smith gets it out wide. Luis Gil, options in the middle. It's driven all the way back post. Gonzalez, his first touch. Gonzalez goes for goal. Shot blocked by Akoff. Trying to keep it, instead it's deflected out. Throw into Union Omaha, who are starting to run out of time as we're into the final quarter of an hour tonight from One Spokane Stadium. It's great to see this Spokane community rally around this Velocity team as well as Spokane Zephyr. It's such a great sports town. Maybe not a ton of top division teams like you see in Major League Baseball or the NBA, but they have great college basketball with Gonzaga. They have minor league baseball, minor league hockey, Eastern Washington University, not too far away in Cheney. Washington State University right down the road. It's a great sports area. They're rallying around this team.
I want to talk about Camardi Smith. Just look at his insertion of this game. He does the hold-up play, but he continues his run. And as he goes centrally, what that does, he requires attention. That brings Akoff with him. And now that opens Gonzalez at the back post. Doesn't come to fruition, but those are the types of actions that if you're Lee Wiedemann and you're watching the film, fantastic stuff from Camardi Smith.
Oh, great ball over the top. It's Luis Gil. And bouncing it just wide. Right now, Omaha asking a lot of questions of themselves.
Fantastic recognition from Luis Hill yet again, understanding the blind spot of Malone over the shoulder. He never sees him, and it's a really difficult technique as you're falling down to get the right amount of height to beat Nuhu, to get it on target. A player that has been fantastic in this second half and the captain for Spokane.
It's a Luis Hill revenge game, there's no doubt about it. Playing against his former club where he spent the last 2 years.
You just see the massive difference of the front two now for Lead Wiedemann. Luis Hill, now he has the freedom to go wherever he sees fit. Kumani Smith, his mobility has caused all sorts of issues for Union Omaha, not able to track him. Good challenge.
Challenge put in by Colin Fernandez. His first season in USL League One. He's been with 8 different clubs in his career, this being the 9th for Fernandez. Here's Blake Malone and Luca Mastrantonio. Akoff down the line, his cross towards the near post and cleared away. Marty Smith couldn't keep it in play, and Dominic Casciato made the catch.
Impressive strength from Casciato not to go with him.
Held his ground well.
Been doing some core exercises.
Here's Knapp. Now Norte. Omaha, it's all about getting that first goal, then they can worry about the second. They have been kept off the board with 14 shots and 2 on target. Moved out wide, Kunga. Just keeps it in play. Akoff for Norte. Driven out wide, the heads go up. Dos Santos keeps it in play. Pinballing around, a throw into Spokane. eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Heel plays it over the top. Mastrantonio will collect again for Union Omaha. Akoff cuts it in. Moved out wide again. Chance to cross. Immediately blocked. Jiba has it run out of play. In for Kunga. Another deflected cross and out for an Omaha corner kick. Their 6th of the match. Spokane have not had a corner kick in this game. They've gotten up to now 5 shots, Spokane. It's been mostly one-way traffic for Omaha. The outswinger towards the near post. Looking for the flick. Malone keeps it alive. The return ball out wide for Jiba. Another cross. Heads go up. It's cleared away. A heavy touch. Knapp collects. And Jiba for Malone again. Looking in field. And ascended towards goal was Misael Rodriguez. Broken up again. All those numbers forward for Omaha. And maybe chances to run, but the pass off the mark. And final 2 subs of the game coming for Union Omaha. Michak Jerome, along with Aaron Gomez, will enter It's the end of the night for Brandon Knapp and Luca Mastrantonio.
Number 15, Brandon Knapp.
Gomez gives you a little bit of verticality out of midfield. So expect him to make these runs in behind Spokane's back line, and Jerome is going to slot in centrally as that center back pairing with Malone.
Jerome, who played the last 2 years with Indy 11, before that with El Paso. Played from 2019 to 2023 under head coach Mark Lowry, who's now with Real Monarchs. Let me check Jerome, his first season in USL League One. For Gomez, the all-time appearances leader for El Paso Locomotive. The El Paso native joined up with the club when they started back in 2019, now in his first season with Omaha. This cross fizzled in, nothing to it, and out of play. For Spokane Velocity, 2 goals to the good. It's the biggest takeaway that Lee Wiedemann will have from this one.
That we can win games without playing our best football, no question about it. You look at every single stat on the book, it's been favoring Union Omaha, but yet big-time players making big-time plays in big moments. Luis Hill, him and Miller standing up. Yes, it's against the run of play, but that's going to do so well for their confidence going forward. We talked about 9 games remaining in the regular season for Spokane Velocity, 5 of them at home. Fantastic start to the back end of this 2024 campaign for Lee Wiedemann's company.
Looking out wide. Omaha trying to get something on the board tonight. Dolabella! It's over the bar. No touch to it from Brooks Thompson.
I haven't found the most success for Dolabella. Most of his actions have been off the ball, making those selfless runs, but yet the quality stays. Doesn't need a big window to put goalkeepers under pressure. Just overhits it. Just see the frustration from the special player for Union Omaha.
Omaha have only lost 3 games since June 5th. But in all 3 of those losses, they have been shut out. 2-0 to Northern Colorado, 1-0 against Chattanooga, and 2-0 against Forward Madison. Right now, they're heading toward a very similar path. Broken up. Work rate still very much there for those in blue. And it's a free kick going Spokane's way. The crowd starting to sense it a little bit more here in Spokane.
This is just pure effort from Heel. Wins the initial challenge. Look how quickly he gets up. He go for his left shoulder. And that's a right arm from Rodriguez that catches the top of his head. Fantastic action from the sub from Spokane.
Over the top, Ishjom, too much there, and a foul. Next matchup for Spokane, they'll be taking on Jermaine Jones-led Central Valley Fuego, who currently in the regular season are at the very bottom of the standings. Another chance for Spokane to pick up some more points at home where they play their next 3 games, including this one. For Omaha, it's a tough one. They are back at home, but they will take on Greenville Triumph, a team they beat back in the 2021 USL League One final. They won that 3-0 at Werner Park. Lee Wiedemann will have to be very pleased with this performance tonight, should they hold on. Gonna cut this in, Gomez. Ahead for Dos Santos. And out of play.
Coming into this match, Spokane Velocity has conceded 21 times in the regular season. Through 89 minutes, they've been fantastic defending their 18-yard box. The effort Their rotations, providing coverage for one another, has been top class from the home side.
Entering the 90th minute now from Spokane. Brooks Thompson sends it away. Look at this Union Omaha side. You see so much experience on this roster, not just across many leagues, but specifically in USL League One, with many players who have played around the league. But should Dominic Casciato be concerned about anything after this game tonight?
I think you look at this game and say, look, we actually played quite well. We created opportunities, but now we have to find ways to defend a mid to low, or to attack a mid to low block, because that's exactly what Spokane did when they were out of possession. Every single player, look at your screen right now, all 11 players behind the ball. So how do we find different ways to create overloads, to make selfless runs, to pull players out of position, little things like that, which is the hardest thing to do in this game, score goals. But yet it makes it that much harder when all 11 players for the opponents are defending their goal. But yet, Union Omaha has scored 27 times in this 2024 campaign. Now it's that next step in the progression to have that killer instinct.
We enter 5 minutes of stoppage time tonight. Omaha trying to get one back and make this an interesting finish towards the near post. Dos Santos has his header blocked by Lage, and out for a corner kick.
Really clever ball in from Jiba. Around the corner, has eyes for that near post, and we talked about the importance for Steven Dos Santos to get across his individual marker. Lage just does enough at the last second.
The outswinging ball, Miller is there again, whose goal will help cement the 3 points for Spokane. They can get to the finish line. Lage again. Talked about how good Omaha's been on the road this year. Just the one regular season road loss, that was against forward Madison. The rest of the regular season, they only have 3 more road games against Northern Colorado, Richmond, and Tormenta. They do play that semifinal in the Jägermeister Cup next week at Northern Colorado. If they win that, they could have another road game in the final. Floated forward again, and Brooks Thompson stepping in. Maloney from Hartford Athletic. He came into the side after it was Peter Swinkles, the backup goalkeeper, retired. The second goalkeeper, and it was Thompson.
And he's been very good. Thompson making every single save in the book, but also his decision-making when he comes off his line to make sure he's going to make a play on the ball. Fantastic bit of goalkeeping. Yeah, Josh, going back to that question you asked me about Dominic Casciato, this Union Omaha side, you look at the 2 goals that they conceded. One, it's a mistake, and second, it's a set piece, right? So little things like that. How do you...
Oh, Dos Santos! There's something going on with Union Omaha and attempts at bicycle kicks. This one doesn't come to be either.
Whether it's Dos Santos, whether it's Gallardo, both players have the ability to pull it off. Just not enough air on the ball getting into Steven Dos Santos. Makes life very difficult for the big man to get it on target.
It is Joe Schmidt who will enter now for Andre Lewis. Lewis, such a workhorse in the middle for Spokane. And it's Schmidt, the 25-year-old from Ohio, played the last 2 years with Charleston, currently on loan from Hartford, the former Indiana Hoosier. Out wide for Dion Akoff. Omaha looking for one last chance at goal. Slip forward. And out of play. Corner kick to Union Omaha. into the final minute of stoppage time tonight from Spokane. Ryan Jiba standing over it, plays it back post, flicked out a play by Miller, and they'll do it again. Jiba making the long run over to the far corner now.
8 corner kicks for Union Omaha. A fantastic box defending yet again from Spokane Velocity. Not easy to deal with that amount of pressure.
Heads go up, it's flicked towards the corner, and it is in! Omaha get one back through Pedro Dolabella. They will not be kept off the score sheet tonight.
Talked about the amount of pressure that Omaha is applying. 8 corner kicks through the 90 minutes. Fantastic ball in from Jiba. Really clever header from Dolabella. Beats his individual marker and Miller back across where it came from. Too much traffic in front of Brooks Thompson. He can't make a play on it. 8th on the season and cuts his lead in half in the 95th minute.
Now Spokane just trying to play it as far away as possible, and Cameron Miller's goal is going to stand up as the winner. Let's see how much time we get from the referee. There might be one more chance in this game for Union Omaha. Here comes Ryan Jiba, everybody forward. It's moved out wide. The cross, trying to keep this in. Akoff, there can't be much time left. Moved out wide again. Gomez delivers. It's headed away. And that is full time. Spokane see it to the finish line. And Spokane Velocity get their first win in a month.
Came down to crucial moments for the Spokane side in both boxes. Talk about how competitive this League One table is. Fine margins, little details become massive. You need your big time players to stand up in big time moments. Luis Hill did just that to get the goal scoring opening, and it's your center back. Miller to get that second goal in the evening, and a massive 3 points for Lee Wiedemann and the Velocity as they keep all 3 points here at home.
We will come back and wrap things up tonight from Spokane, but it's Spokane Velocity, their national TV debut, and they ring it in style with 3 points. Stay with us as Spokane win it. Cameron Miller turns into the hero tonight for Spokane. His second half goal turns into the winning goal for Spokane after a late goal from Union Omaha, but it's Spokane Velocity that take the 3 points tonight. The full-time highlights, Spokane and Union Omaha, and it was right as the second half started that the game changed.
A bit sloppy from the two center backs of Union Omaha. Malone, not enough weight on the ball into Nuhu, but yet give credit to the extra effort and the opportunistic mentality from Luis Hill. Makes it look a lot easier than what it is. Pulls up his hips at the last second. An easy finish as he sends Nuhu to the ground.
74th minute. It was Spokane in transition. Luis Hill, well, he didn't like this. And this ended up turning into a costly mistake.
It's a rash challenge for Master Antonio, the way that he comes across, almost like a safety, but yet you talked about set pieces and the importance of it. Home or away, make no mistake about it. Fantastic ball in from Waldeck. Even better header from Miller. Gets a right body position, the inside track, and it's a powerful header, doubling their lead. Spokane.
90+5, a bevy of corner kicks for Omaha, and they finally score.
There's too much pressure for Union Omaha. Set piece after set piece, corner kick after corner kick, and yet one of them will find the back of the net, and it's their special playmaker, Pedro De La Bella, but too little, too late, and all 3 points stay in Spokane.
The final stats, the 19 shots jump off the page, and yet just 1 goal to show for it.
Especially so late into the season, we talked about it. It just needs to be efficient. It does not need to be pretty in both boxes. How clinical can you be in critical moments? And for Leif Wiedemann, that was the point of emphasis. You were better in both boxes. You took your chances, and you steal all 3 points. But for Dominic Casciato, it's just 2 simple mistakes. If you can clean those in the back, you'll be sitting yourself nice and pretty for success as the playoff push continues.
The standings in USL League One, a missed chance for Omaha to jump Charlotte, but they still do have a game in hand to Omaha over Charlotte. As for Spokane, now they're starting to push for maybe a top 4 seed.
And again, that's going to be really important, especially for a first year team in USL League One. How good can they be at home? Because you've seen they can feed off the environment and make this a hostile place at home to play.
They also have 2 games in hand on Tormenta right below them. That will do it for our coverage tonight from One Spokane Stadium in Spokane, Washington. Spokane Velocity back in the win column with a 2-1 win over Union Omaha. For our entire crew, broadcast partner Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Good night from the Pacific Northwest.